Good morning. Good morning. Thanks for your patience. We had to make sure everything was all right, operational, ready for you this morning. Got a lot to cover. Going to try to keep it simple. We did get the audience take on international paper. We got the information for you. We also want to open up with saying you're here. We're back, episode 13. And of course, we're going to always start off with glad to see you, and also start off with our website. Again, you know where to find us, womeninlinux.org, or if you get .com, it'll forward to .org. If you have not made a purchase so far, shame on you, because we try to keep it swagged out over here. So if you hit up womeninlinux.org and hit up shop, you can get merchandise. Thanks to those who have purchased. Your shipment should be out soon. If you haven't already gotten it. And also hit donate. Again, donate comes in many forms and factors. Donate time, donate money, just different things. And also, if you want to connect with us, hit us up on. If you hit connect here, you'll get linked to our Slack group where we have information posted every week. We're also on meetup.com/women in Linux, and of course YouTube, as we are, and all social media except for TikTok. But in terms of what you'll find on our meetup, we meet every week. Right now, we're doing the RXRX study group. So we're meeting every Wednesday and every Thursday. We are pushing to get the RXRX done. I was shooting for the end of May, but we may end up being end of May, 1st of June. The other one is after that we'll be followed up with Ansible and moving on to possibly OpenStack, OpenShift, Kubernetes, cloud, the whole gamut, pretty much the entire realm when it comes to DevSecOps. Don't forget today at 2:00, we will also be doing Go training at 2:00 with Vladimir Vivian. If you have not joined, if you have not set up your environment, if you have not start looking at what's going on in that realm, you need to start looking at it. All right, let's get started. So the first one we want to get started with is Grab. All right, so Grab is in a SPAC. They're going public. They're valued at $40 billion. So here's a little bit about Grab here. Let me see. Can you read that? Make sure you can. All right, Grab, largest ride share hailing and food delivery firm in Southeast Asia. They're in a merger called in a SPAC called Altimeter Growth Corporation. So AGC.O. And they're paving the way for a coveted U.S. listing. So they're getting listed here in the States. The merger is a blank check corporation, or SPAC, underscores the frenzy on Wall Street as the shell firm have raised $99 billion in the U.S. so far, after this record year of $83 billion in 2020. As part of Singapore-based Grab, I kind of liken them to probably like, I don't know, Uber Eats, or I guess kind of combination of both though. A ride share with Uber and Uber Eats. With the SPAC backed by Altimeter Capital, investors such as Tasmac, BlackRock. Again, BlackRock comes up a lot. Get some of that stock. Fidelity International and Abu Dhabi's Mubadala, and Malaysia's, man, they want me to mess it up, Permodalone National BHD will participate in $4 billion private investment. I probably slayed that. Funds managed by Altimeter Capital will lead the investment with $750 million. So that's a little bit about Grab, and from that perspective. So now let's look at Grab from the perspective of, okay, well, what kind of careers do they have with Grab? All right. And let's go. Oh, yeah, I got one more listing, one more thing to talk about with Grab. As soon as that comes up, and then we'll go grab the careers. All right. See, from Harvard to NASDAQ, Grab CEO ride to world's biggest SPAC deal. So he came out of Harvard. The CEO is Anthony Tan. They've been around, it looks like they've been around for 5 years because they're hitting up on their 5th anniversary. The CEO of a popular app books taxis, order foods, and make payments in Southeast Asia, and also has been determined for the win. See, the accompanying $4 billion fundraising from global investors also set to be the biggest ever in the U.S. equity offering of Southeast Asia. So that's a little bit about them on the back end and what at the top level. And the co-founder is 39. Their strategy is to go hyper local and expand further. Excuse me, in the region whose digital economy is estimated to be triple to 309 billion by 2025. So it gives you a little bit of idea. They also talked about they created Grab from Harvard Business School venture in a competition plan in 2011. They launched in Malaysia in 2012. So the launch in Malaysia, I guess, kind of probably a spawn off here for Grab. Uber exited the region in 2018, so that's where Grab comes and gets the market value there. Uber was there and they exited in 2018, so that left a void. So somebody had to come fill it, right? So that just gives you an idea there. All right, let's go and look at Grab jobs. So you just type in Grab careers. All right, so there are jobs here. All right, so if we look at all locations, you can see they're all out throughout really China, the Philippines, and so forth, but we do have some US locations. So in the US locations, they're looking for iOS, mobile, trust platform. We should look at trust platform if it sounds like what I'm thinking. Back end and then full stack, and then identity, back end identity. So let's look at back end identity, and let's look at the software for trust form. Let's look at the trust form. Let's go over here and check them out. All right, software engineer, a little small on the screen here. All right, so software engineer, your day-to-day design and write with cutting-edge Go language to improve the availability, scalability, latency, efficiency of services owned by Grab ID team. Work with the engineering team to explore and create new design architectures geared towards scale and performance. 3 years of experience, preferably 3 years of a relevant experience with strong computer science fundamentals and algorithms and data structures. And we've talked about this in our meetup before about there's a book out there for algorithms and data structures. Like at a fundamental level, you can actually learn algorithms and data structures at a community college. If you don't want to go back to school full time, you can go learn that there. Strong understanding of system performance and scaling. Familiarity with running large-scale applications, understanding system internals and networking. Networking is going to be networking. I don't care where you go. I don't care if you're on-prem or in the cloud. Process excellent communication, sharp analytical abilities with proven design, ability to think critically of current systems and grow. You could be a good developer in any language, but must be willing to work on Go. So that's the idea there behind them. Let's go and look at our next position, which was a senior software trust platform, senior software engineer on their trust platform. All right, so as you can see here, this is kind of what I was thinking. They're looking for someone to understand K8s, understand Docker, infrastructure. And when I say K8s, Kubernetes, infrastructure as code, data link layer. When you're thinking about the OSI model, the 7 layers of the OSI model, the stack is built on top of technologies such as Flink, Spark, Kafka, and related, and DynamoDB, Redis, and MySQL. We develop services in Python, Go, Java, and Scala. For observability, we use EFK, I think it's Elasticsearch, and I forget what the F is. I know K is Kibana. Prometheus, Grafana, and Datadog. So Datadog for the logging, Grafana for the actual interfaces, I should say dashboard, Prometheus for exporting information out, feeding it to Grafana. They're feeding logs, so they're probably getting a lot of logs and stuff. So and also the observability for the actual services that they're creating in Go, basically the APIs, how that is performing, being able to use DynamoDB. Again, they're using Python, Go, Java, and Scala. Scala. Some people Scala. And then infrastructure as code. In other words, I'm going to push this out. What I don't see here is I'm going to make the assumption when we're talking about DynamoDB, they're in AWS. I don't see where it would be a hybrid environment. And then Kubernetes, that could be, I don't see where they're running their own Kubernetes cluster. In other words, building the open source vanilla Kubernetes. They're probably using native to AWS, and they understand Docker containers and how to build those. Everything that we go over and talk about often. So that is the information on Grab. Let me know if you like that information on Grab. Let me know if you're interested in applying to Grab. I think there would be a good look actually for that particular company. All right, this one here is actually coming from our audience. So in the audience, someone asked us to do international paper company, and the immediate thing that came to my mind was, where in the world is Mead? And I don't know, some of y'all may be too young to remember Mead, but Mead is the makers of what? The Trapper Keeper. You guys remember the Trapper Keeper? They used to have a commercial for the Trapper Keeper. Like everybody was like, I got my Trapper Keeper, right? The Trapper Keeper was cool. This is nostalgia here. So this was the old school Trapper Keeper right here. That was the old school Trapper Keeper right here. This one was. And then they came out with the E.T. theme, the Star Wars theme, then they had the My Little Pony theme. I had one of these. I had this one. In fact, I still have it because I used to collect stamps and baseball cards. And so I still have my stamps and my baseball cards on there. But nostalgia. All right, so let's get to the international paper company. Their ticker symbol is IP. Here's what it looks like on Yahoo Finance. When we're talking about for 1 day, 5 days, I went out 1 year to see what it looks like, and they're trending upward over 1 year. Let's see if we got something for 5 years. So 5 years looks like they're on trend. Of course, probably took a big dip. Yep, March of 2020, and then they're shooting back up. Looks like they're almost back to where they were. Let's see what was their high. Their high was 57.58. So yeah, 57.37. So yeah, when I'm looking right here, the high was 63. So looks like they're almost back in line with what they've been doing. If you ever want to know a little bit more about them, we can go over here to I think it's FinViz. I think I need an account. Let me double check here. And we do IP. We'll get rid of that notice. IP, International Paper Company. And you can come here and on FinViz and check out the trend lines. See as it trends upward there. You see that? So here you go. They're showing you everything that you need to know. And you can play around with FinViz in order to get a better idea of what it's doing. And they also have information down here on, the dividends that it pays and so forth. And I'm not sure if it's a quarterly dividend or a month or a yearly dividend for them. You can probably go find that out. You probably find that out on Yahoo Finance. They may have that on there. Double check that. But anyway, let's look up the International Paper Company. Let me go and grab this here. And grab this here. So you can see the website. All right. So the future of forests, ensuring there will be more forested land tomorrow than there is today. They have a renewable plan. So let's go check out their renewable plan. Recycling, home, the future of forests, designing sustainability, making responsibility and feel good about, and products to feel good about. Speaking of, this is another way that those that are looking to do investments, by getting like raw land and planting trees, that is also a sustainable model as well, because then you start getting into, okay, well, I'm growing trees, I'm harvesting trees, I'm feeding back, and also getting into government grants when you start doing that. But that's another topic for another time. Just something to think about. All right, so now let's look at careers for harvest. Let me go out and check this out. Let me see. I had it up on my screen. Hold on, is it still there? Let me still be there. Yeah, so information technology here, and then you hit search for openings, and I think it takes you to this. And then I'm gonna just put in let's put in Linux just to see if we get anything. Nope. All right, so let me go back to this one. Let's hit search openings, because again, it drops you there. And then let's click on this 100 jobs up north, 196 right there, 73 to get closer. You got 19 in Atlanta, or 10 in Atlanta. Keep getting closer. You get 2 jobs here. All right, production and shipping lead, manufacturing associate, industrial machine helper, electrical tech, HR specialist, financial analyst, plate maker, production artist. Let me back out. Let's go back out. That's 2, that's 3, that's 4. Let me see if we got one what's got like a lot of jobs. Let's see what they got in Mississippi. Land support specialist. Okay, we're getting into some tech jobs there. No, but as you can see, they're across the U.S., but not in. Well, I won't say they're not in tech. I'm sure they have tech jobs. It's kind of hard trying to find them. Machinist, continuous improvement manager, new hire entry level, Grand Prix box, truck lift, and so forth. Hands on. It looked like a lot of hands on jobs. Let me look up. Developer here. All right. Capital project engineer, EHS manager, pulping, technical sales, process improvement, manufacturing. Let me look again. See a lot of manufacturing maintenance, journeyman. You probably have to search their site for all of the technical jobs. Let me see. Let me do one thing here. Let me do technology, just to see if I get anything. It's still going. It's still spinning. All right, but this is the International Paper Company. It's still spinning, so we'll come back to it. Let's close out me. That was nostalgia. That was fun. And somebody was asking about Dogecoin and job opportunities. So check out this Reddit thread. I'll post it Dee can post it, let you know about it. But somebody was asking about that. Yeah, I didn't see much tech, but it's probably some there. We just have to keep searching. The other website you should check out is angellist.co for jobs. Um, in terms of like if you're typing in Dogecoin, or if you came here and you type in blockchain, right, you'll get a whole slew list of companies that are looking and so forth. So just something to be aware of. Check it out. All right. So our next company that we're gonna do is actually someone you very familiar with, and it's the company is called IKEA. So we'll scroll up on my notes here and grab IKEA. All right, so IKEA, Canada partners with the Second Closet and Lion Electric for the last mile delivery for Greater Montreal, Toronto, and Vancouver markets. Make this a little bigger. They go on to talk about the partnership. IKEA and Second Closet have co-branded 5-tone EV trucks. So they're getting into the EV trucks for IKEA. This will enable 20% of its ambitious zero emissions delivery. It's expected to reach that by 2030. So now they're saying that in 2020, IKEA Canada completed over 500,000 home deliveries, a 30% increase from 2019. So getting into the EV market is huge for them. So getting that, bringing down their cost, and then they're talking about what's going on with their who they're partnering with NGA. So with that being said, let's look up IKEA jobs. You might be surprised. Careers at IKEA. All right, so let's look. Let's see. They got that one. Let's go here. Let's see what they got. All right. Career areas, IT. They're not letting me click on there. I don't know why. Oh, okay. I just highlighted. Okay. Oh, they got one. It's okay. We found one. All right. Salesforce. They're looking for somebody in Conshohocken, Conshohocken, Conhohocken. I don't know, Pennsylvania. Sorry, that part of Pennsylvania. If I totally screwed that up, it's gonna be okay. We're gonna live another day. Salesforce solution architect will drive solution decisions and platform capabilities, ensuring IKEA is maximizing the full potential of Salesforce. You will play a key leadership role in all projects across U.S. digital hub associated with the Salesforce platform. The role will partner with cross-functional teams to design, implement Salesforce capabilities. Let's see what the quals are. The quals, they're saying a bachelor's degree or a master's degree, software engineering, 5 years of Salesforce platform, which you can go to Salesforce website and I think they offer that for free. Ability to lead and manage, Salesforce platform developer, platform app builder, previous Salesforce technical architect, extensive hands-on experience with declarative configuration of various Salesforce clouds, data modeling and migration. So understanding how to configure and do infrastructure as code, solid understanding of Salesforce platform, when to use configuration versus code, as well as integration tool and architecture tools. Some travel required. So that was IKEA here in the States, and looking for a Salesforce technology architect for Salesforce. So that's how their back end works. So just a little information on them. And that was IKEA. Oh, I didn't look up their ticker symbol. Let's see. Are they publicly traded? Okay. I'm hearing a no from D. Let's see. And next one that we're gonna go after IKEA is Proterra. Yeah, no ticker there. So let's get this up on the screen. So Proterra is selected. They are selected to be the electric bus for Washington State. Let's go check out their bus. So leading innovator in commercial vehicle electrification technology, announced today they have been selected by Washington State Department of Enterprise Services as a vendor for zero emissions. So let's go look up what their buses look like. And let's hit images. All right, here's their electric bus. This is a picture coming off Forbes. So this is what their bus looks like. I wonder what the inside looks like. Let's see, do they have something on the inside? Oh, that's pretty cool looking. A lowrider. Crack me up. All right, Proterra, let's go back and check out their jobs. All right, so let's go Proterra career. All right, so they have some jobs here. I would think they need a variety of job, a variety of people when we're talking about maps and electric and so forth. So they're across the United States. Yeah, senior process automation engineer, project advanced manufacturing engineer, a technical product manager. I'm looking on the right hand side. Applications engineer, VP and mechanical, senior infrastructure engineer in California. Let's blow this up a little bit. So, senior infrastructure engineer will design, implement, and support operations for IT infrastructure across Proterra's data centers, cloud, and advanced manufacturing environments. You will be responsible for day-to-day actions with VMware on-prem, AWS, and Azure, using Windows and Linux operating systems, extensive knowledge with traditional data centers and cloud environments. So the question you have to ask is why they're still in traditional data centers. That may have something to do with the data, or maybe they're not putting everything in the cloud. So you will run against that sometimes. Scale Proterra's on-premise and cloud infrastructure. So they're staying on-prem. They're not migrating. They got some stuff they're pushing up to the cloud and some stuff they're on-prem with. So they're in a multi-cloud, hybrid cloud situation where they're doing AWS, Azure, and VMware. So they're also want someone to do DevOps. They want somebody to understand supporting VMware and Active Directory, Azure AD. So they're probably doing ADFS over in Azure for authentication and so forth, including attached associated peripheral SANs. Okay, so they got attached storage with storage area networks. That's what SAN stands for. And HA fiber network switches, so dual fiber connections for failover. In this situation, they're using in AWS, they're using Aurora, RDS, EC2, VPCs, IAM. So identity, storage, the EC2s, VPCs, probably segmenting information. Their stack is Kubernetes, Docker, Terraform, Packer, making AMIs, using Terraform to make your infrastructure, using Kubernetes, and then Docker, making Docker containers. You can use Packer for that too. contribute to infrastructure configuration and design in both virtual and physical environments, consult with stakeholders, ensure platform security and adherence to best practices. So you're in the cloud, you have this data, so you need to make sure you hit compliance and NIST standards. They're using, again, Microsoft, deploy and maintain Microsoft technology platforms such as Intune and Active Directory, System Center Configuration Management, CI/CD pipelines, build access secret management and solutions, deprovisioning Microsoft servers, Linux servers, virtual appliances, networking, design, automation, and the list goes on and on, racking and cabling, ITIL framework, again, CVE here, patch management, and governance, that's probably the biggest one to maintain across on-prem, in the cloud, and in in the cloud with AWS and Azure. Multi-location IT team. They give a little bit of what they're looking for here about the group. You will report and collaborate with other IT team members headquartered in Burlingame. Is that, I'm sure that's how you say it, California. Manufacturing facility in Greenville, South Carolina, and in Los Angeles. So different time zones there. Self-starter, excellent troubleshooting, detail-oriented, strong time management, sound judgment, excellent communication. They want you to understand Active Directory, Windows servers, Office 365, VMware, VCI, Horizon VDI. That will be dealing with your desktops and the VDI solution, SAML, single sign-on, IDAM tools, enterprise network, and hyper-converged networks. They're probably sounding like Nutanix on-prem. Compute SAN, strong knowledge of implementing infrastructure as code, Jenkins, Terraform. That's important there. On-call after hours, and the final list. So a huge list, and this is just a senior infrastructure engineer. Sounds like a lead position, but that's just my thoughts. There's a lot for that one. All right, so go back to their careers. Let's go find jobs. That was a lot. Let's go over to here. That's Los Angeles. So let me go back down here and see if I see anything else. Applications engineer. That's in South Carolina. All right, support OEM. And you already know, as the applications engineer, from what we just reviewed, you're going to be building your applications for AWS and Azure. So probably should be very familiar with, let me see, what they have. OEM, develop, support, meet, efficiency, cost, blah, 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 OEM. Let's see, bachelor's in mechanical, electrical, 3 to 5 years progressive engineering with vehicle design. Performance system integration. So they're looking for somebody to help with the design. Commercial bus, heavy truckload. So they're looking for somebody to help with the design, I guess, in the applications that'll be in the bus to help out. They're using OEM applications off the shelf. So that's a little bit about Proterra. All right, make sure we don't have any questions and so forth. All right, cool. All right, next one we want to go is this here. Ticker symbol SQSP, Squarespace. They're doing a direct filing. Squarespace is a well-known software hosting provider for small business websites. They did an S1 filing. The company is pursuing a direct listing on the New York Stock Exchange. SQSP is their ticker. Their valuation is $10 billion. For those that are wondering what that looks like, we did see Coinbase go public this year for that. And then so now let's go look at Squarespace jobs. Dee can post more information if you want more information about this. Go ahead and go ahead and post that, Dee. So let's look up Squarespace. I'm spelling it wrong. Oh, double E. All right, so Squarespace careers, our team locations. Let's look at locations. New York, Portland, Dublin. All right. Let's look up careers and their openings. Let's see, engineering. We'll probably go engineering. They got one security. Let's look and see what they're talking about. Senior security and digital forensics and incident response. The text is small. All right, so duties include digital forensics, senior security level, design and develop intrusion detection systems, ongoing incidents, investigate historical compromises, establish strategies for threat detection, initiate reactive and proactive threat hunting, establish process and build playbooks, threat intelligence, architect, mentorship, and here's their list of requirements: experience with cloud and container security, as well as infrastructure as code, OSCP, OSCE, OSWP certifications are included but not limited to. Knowledge of web and related protocols: TCP, IP, UDP, IPsec, HTTP, HTTPS. How to keep them secure, diverse range of security experience in the enterprise level. Red team, purple team exercises, adversary resilience, and cyber deception. Honeypots. Practical experience with cloud technologies, AWS, GCP, Heroku. So they're in a dual cloud. That's what this says to me. 3 actually. Networking and web application security. All right, so that's the security one. Let's go back and look up engineering. And they look like they got Los Angeles on here too. Let's look at remote and see what comes up. All right, so that's security one comes up. The software database or site SRE for databases comes up. Let's look at that. Build automation infrastructure, MongoDB, Postgres, Redis, Kafka, instrument data, SME for some of these technologies. Be an SME. Document, enhance and extend platform, participate in on-call care and feeding for data storage libraries for supported languages. Java, C++, and Go and Python. We're back at Go again. 3 years of experience managing large-scale software, distributed systems, star NIX environments, experience with web application, Docker, Kubernetes, Prometheus, CNCF software is a big plus, and computer science. Everything we talk about all the time. So that's Squarespace, and that's ticker symbol SQSP. All right, so I know you all heard about this. I posted this in our Slack group, but I wanted to highlight it today. The Elon Musk wins, SpaceX wins the $2.9 billion NASA moon landing contract. $2.9 billion landing contract. So now the question is, what is this landing contract, right? 1, 2, who's going to help build these things out? And 3, what are the jobs and the skill sets needed in order to, if you wanted to enter into that market? So let's get into that. All right, so privately held, blah, 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 blah. SpaceX in February announced plans for four space tourists to orbit later this year on a mission to raise awareness for Children's Hospital last month. Prototype, let's see. I got another one. I'll look it up in a minute, but let me go to careers right quick, and then I'll come back and look up what does that look like. Oops, sorry. Let's go back up because there is a article on it on a little bit more about what they're doing. Awesome. So let me grab this. I want to go to SpaceX careers. So let me see. It's not grabbing what I wanted to grab. There we go. All right. So I went and looked up and like, okay, well, what careers do they have? You can browse by categories here. So if you stick around information technology, information security, if you look up, see, they don't have anything like engineering. They don't say like just engineering. Um, we should talk about Starlink as well too. Um, let's see. Let's go over and look at information technology design and support. Let's see. All right. Yep. All right. Out of California, IT Linux systems engineer, IT services, IT systems administrator, IT system analyst, SRE, IT senior Linux systems engineer, and so forth. And this one is a clearance, so that must mean you're working with the government or something. All right, so let's look at these two here. All right, so working closely with SpaceX to gather requirements, research, evaluate, design, and deploy Linux open source platforms and related, exercise a high degree of responsibility for process systems, tools you create, make recommendations, justify, drive scripting and automation to develop solutions to common problems. Bachelor's degree, experience with Linux servers in physical and virtualized environments, bash scripting, out parsing, etc. We've been doing that this week when we're talking about scripting and so forth. And standard out, standard error, oxid grep, regex. We've been talking about that. Reliability with high availability, fault tolerance, performance tuning, monitoring, statistics, metrics collection, expert knowledge of setting up, configure, upgrade, manage, and troubleshoot Linux systems, HA, NGX, send mail, postfix, IP tables, regular Linux stuff, Ansible, Chef, DevOps, understanding and developing web and C++ applications and build process. You can get this at a community college as well too. Networking experience in IPv4. Must be comfortable with working with mission critical and sensitive systems. Excellent communications and so forth. U.S. government, blah blah blah. ITAR, so you mean you got to be a U.S. citizen in order to work on this on the SpaceX. So let's go back. Let's look at IT infrastructure manager. Such as HVAC technology, power design, racking solutions. So somebody that understands how to keep the systems cool. Disaster recovery, NAS and SAN, on-prem stuff. They're not all in the cloud. And I imagine at SpaceX, you got to remember the things are going out of space. So, SpaceX data center for upgrades, support SpaceX for regular maintenance and monitoring, 3 years of IT leadership, 5 years of experience, storage protocols, iSCSI, NetApp, filers, pure storage, object storage, HPC. You can get all of this right here in Linux. NetApp, they have a filer you can download and play with, a virtual appliance that you can play with. I think Pure Storage has the same thing. So you get familiar with that. But here's all the things that they want you to have an understanding of, and that's working at SpaceX under the Linux environment when you're talking about this. So, all right. So the next company, before we talk about it, make sure that you tonight at 6 o'clock we're actually having a virtual happy hour. So bring your drinks, bring your food. Uh, D should provide the link for that as well. All right. The next company we want to look at is RXRX. That is the ticker symbol. They're valuated at 3 billion. So they 306 million recurring pharmaceutical IPO were bigger than expected. Um, they've they intended to raise 100 million. This article is from April 13th. Um, Here's a little bit more about their series. So what does RXRX do? What is RXRX? So RXRX company. All right. So Recursion Pharmaceuticals, that's their ticker symbol, RXRX. Here is what they look like for this past one day. Here's what they look like for the week. There's a big dip there at $26. I'm not sure, it doesn't say what day that is. And then they rose back up. Let's look at it for a month. So yeah, they just went public because we don't even have a month. So it's just been this week. All right. Announces their initial offering. Not good RX. Let's look at this one. All right, so RXRX, they announced their initial common A stock. They went public. I guess it might have been more than $18, but that's what they have in here right now. They don't talk about what type of pharmaceuticals they're in. Recursion is a clinical stage biotechnology company decoding biology by integrating technological innovations across biology, chemistry, automation, data science, engineering, with the goal of radically improving the lives of patients and industrializing drug discovery. So that's where they're at with that. All right, so now let's look at jobs at RXRX. So jobs, RXRX. All right, so let's see if they come up with anything. I don't. They keep coming up with good RX. Let's look up. I think they call recursion. Let's see RXRX, and let's look up recursion. Okay, yeah, careers at recursion. All right, and here we go. Open positions. Explore open positions. Automation engineer. Looks like they're out of Utah. Biology, business administration, chemistry, data science. You see machine learning here. Development, engineer with full stack. Operations, they getting into IT specialist, project management, and then product. So we scroll back up and let's look up automation engineer here. Robotic process automation, robot repairs, optimization problems, develop recursion laboratory automation. Experience you'll need programming with C# or Python, proficient with Hamilton star method development and validation, experience with echo liquid handlers, automated cell imaging systems, and various peristaltic pump based microplate dispensers. I don't know where you would get that from. They got stock options, 2-1 company pay, company closures, generous paid parental leave, on-site daycare. chef prepared meals, monthly fitness and wellness and fitness stipend, one of a kind headquarters for lockers and bike parking. Let's go back and let's look at the machine learning. MLDL products, metrics and tools deploy. Deeply understand how to use our phenomic image data in order to propose and deliver products. They want you to have a working knowledge of CI/CD, Git, peer code review, a strong sense of project ownership, 3 years in the industry, 3 years of industry experience. Material you can share highlighting your experience with the above competency, publish patents, code repository, white papers, launch products, 2 years of working experience with convolutional neural networks. So that's what they're looking for your machine learning engineer application at Recursion. And that's in Utah. All right, let me see if we got any messages. Yep. All right. So last but not least, this is the last one. Is ticker symbol CTRX. CTRX. All right. So the Catamaran Corporation. This is their SEC filing here. Just a little information about them on that part. Let's go here. All right. So in here, basically, they just talking about them. Their enterprise value of Catamaran Corporation is at 3.2 billion. Enterprise EV is a measure of a company's total value, often used as a more comprehensive alternative to equity market capitalization. So let's look at the Catamaran Corporation. Let me see if I can get this highlighted. CTRX is the ticker. All right, so there's the company profile. Let's see. Their headquarters here. Let's look and see here. Is this the same one? Did we go to it? I clicked on it. Don't look like it did anything. Show details. Oh, that ain't it. Let's go back. Let's go here. Let's set up their LinkedIn. Yep, that's the website right there. Yeah, that is their website. Sure. Let me cancel that. Let me open up this in Chrome. Advance, proceed. Yeah, here we go. Nothing's coming up for them. Unless Google's like, no, that's unsecure. We're not bringing that up. Last but not least, we're gonna try Firefox. Firefox may give us the same thing. Come on, Firefox, don't slow down now. Advanced. Accept risk and continue. Nothing. Nothing on that site. That's not good. They need some help. It's a hospital and healthcare out of Illinois. They got 5,000 to 10,000 employees. They've been founded since 1981. I would think that it will work, but let's look over here and see if we see anything about jobs from them. Let's look up Catamaran Group jobs. Hopefully it'll come up. We'll take that off. Maybe they'll have a listing on LinkedIn or something like that. And then let's look up jobs. All right, so here's Indeed. And it looks like they do have some listing. Here's the review. Why join us? Let's go back here and then look at Indeed. It has 54 listings. Salaries, jobs. There are no posts on here. So they just got reviews. Interesting. They just went public. I don't know, maybe you need to know somebody to know somebody. Let's see. No. Let's go here. And I don't see, I'm not seeing any jobs. So we'll have to check them out. I had to do a little deeper dive on them. They're not coming up. It might be a shell company. Might be. Let's see, did I miss anything? Yeah, there's quite a list on that last job. How you doing, Brooklyn Muse? How you doing? Hey, Kevin. Making sure I didn't miss anybody. All right. Well, that's all I had for this week. Again, happy hours at 6 tonight. Bring your drinks. That's Eastern Standard Time. You never know what could happen. Might be a giveaway. I don't know. Never know. Also, be sure to meet us back here at 2. We'll be on all day. So, be meeting at 2, be back at 6. It's like a job. Either way you go. Thank you for coming out. Catch everybody back here at 2 o'clock. Oh, yeah. You see my art in the background? You see my little art? My little painting sip? My little art in the background. I'm a painter, okay? All right, so catch you all back here at 6 o'clock. At 2 o'clock and at 6. And be sure to bring your drinks. And sure, bring your drinks at 2. Start early. It's Saturday. What else? You could be out in the streets on the 4th wave of COVID, but you choose to be here and you're safe. All right, catch everybody on at 2.